And welcome back. We're talking with the three Democratic candidates for the 6th congressional district seat in the Northeast Valley: Anita Mallick, Garrick McFadden, and Heather Ross. Let's go to healthcare, health insurance. Obamacare appears to be dying a slow death under the Trump administration. One of the solutions put out there by many Democrats: single-payer health insurance. Show of hands, yes or no? Yes, if you support. Show your hand if you support single-payer. Okay, Heather Ross, why don't you?
Well, you know, as we've already talked about, I'm the candidate in this race who has real experience in healthcare. I'm a nurse practitioner. I've spent my career caring for people, and I understand how the system works.
So I don't mean to interrupt, but how would you pay for, what would you do? What's your solution?
Absolutely, great, thank you. Thank you for asking. And let me be clear. Everybody agrees that everyone needs access to affordable health care. No American should ever have to face that one emergency room visit would bankrupt them, would cause them to face homelessness. That's not the America we know.
So what's the solution?
Sure, we need a two-part solution. We need to take care of people in the short term. We can do things immediately, like allowing for a Medicare buy-in option at age 55. We can shore up the ACA, stop the current administration from destroying it. While we're doing that, we can investigate what is going to be the best option for America in the long term. It's foolish to think that we can take a system that works well in another country that's much smaller than the United States, has a much different makeup than the United States, and plop it down here and say that it would work. Maybe it's the right solution for the long term, but we need to do the work to figure that out, not just invent something and try to fit a square peg into a round hole.
All right, single payer, Anita Mallick, how would you do it? How would you pay for it?
So look, I am one of those people that support single payer and will sign off on it if it's happening. My concern, and I've said this throughout this campaign, is we're in a political divide where we're not covering people today. So my plan for single payer is really to go to an iterative process of proving out single payer, because I don't believe we're going to get there politically. If we do, great, we'll get there. But it is bringing the public option, move from there into combining our single payer systems right now, which is Medicare, which is CHIP, which is VA. Cut those administrative costs. You're continuing to cover more people. You're bringing those people in. To pay for it, you know, Medicare is not completely free right now. And I think that's a misnomer, and we need to look at that. But it's also something that I have really looked at is a taxation on capital gains and the way they are taxed currently. And taking that percentage of wealth that's at the top, that top 1%, they are continuing to reinvest, continuing to grow their wealth while the middle class is struggling. You know, and Heather has this expertise in healthcare, but I have the expertise in the economy, in tech, and in business. And I will tell you, if we do not get to single payer, if we do not bring that wealth divide down, we are going to crumble as a country. Healthcare is burdening too many Americans.
Garrick McFadden, how quickly would you get to single payer?
As soon as I would start building the plan right when I get elected to get to single payer. I don't believe that President Trump would sign off on a single payer, but if we have a Democratic president elected in 2021, that we would be able to move. And how would we pay for it, Graham? We would do it with a combination of a payroll tax and a value-added tax, right? I'm the tax attorney in this group. I'm the one that has a master's in business taxation. When we look at our tax revenues, this is a situation of being able to fund it using taxes and making it so it's fair, so we don't put too much burden on people who are senior citizens or older adults, and we still incentivize people to work. So a combination of a value-added tax and a payroll tax will get us to where we need to be.
You know, Bram, there's something that we don't talk about enough. Everybody's really focused on access to health care and how are we going to pay for health care and how much is insurance going to cost, or should it be single payer? There's a really critical side to health care that it takes the experts to understand, and that's how do we deliver health care. You know, right now in America, we have the most expensive health care system of any industrialized nation, and we don't have the outcomes to show for it. We have to fix how we deliver health care.
Want to move on, getting a question about the Supreme Court, Roe versus Wade. Would you vote to confirm Brett Kavanaugh as a Supreme Court justice? And if yes or no, tell us why, real quickly, please.
No, I mean, this is an attack on really justice. That is what it is. This is individual liberties. This is, you know, bodily autonomy. This is, it's taking away women's rights, but this is a signal about everyone's rights. And particularly if we do this, if we overturn Roe v. Wade, women don't have any constitutional protections. You know, we're fighting for the ERA here. We're not going to get there.
Garrick McFadden.
No, in a private speech, he talked about how he wanted Justice Rehnquist's dissent in Roe versus Wade. So he did this outside of, on his public time, that shows what his thoughts are about Roe versus Wade and that he wants to get rid of it. So no.
Heather Ross.
Of course, we need to allow hearings to happen. I'm very, very concerned, though, that Mr. Kavanaugh, in the last couple of months, made a decision that prevented a young woman from getting an abortion. And it seems, the timing of that seems suspect to me, that it was a political decision, not a judicial decision. And I'm very concerned about the state of our government, where the judiciary may not be providing the check and balance that it's supposed to on the other branches of government.
Okay, we're going to end this segment there. When we come back, the U.S. and state economies are humming. Is there anything wrong with that? Stay with us.